Guilin scenery refers to the karst landscape along Lijian River in northeast Guangxi. This area expands from Xing'an County in the north to Yangshuo in the south. It is a typical subtropical karst landform, combining valleys flanked by peak forests and plains dotted by some isolated peaks. The Lijiang River winds through the soluble rock hills. Water and hills perfect one another to make the inimitable beauty of nature. This natural miracle has greatly inspired the poets. Around 5,000 poems have been found documented in historical records or engraved on mountain rocks. Among all the places I've been to, Guilin is unparalleled. Liu Zhongyuan, poet of Tang Dynasty, may be one of the first few who compared Guilin with the rest of the world. Liu's influence in literature also helped to carry the name of Guilin further beyond. Another distinguished poet, Han Yu, wrote the other famous poem, "Rivers wind like green ribbons. Hills stand erect like emerald hairpins," which became the most representative lines about Guilin through history. Du Xiaofeng is the iconic peak of Guilin. The city expands with it as the center. The line, "Endless hills stand in the around, and one river in circles," reflects the unique layout of the city. In 1983, when the archaeology workers of Guilin were checking through the cultural relics of Du Xiaofeng, they found a hidden rock which had not been known since Ming and Qing dynasties. On the surface of the rock, 7 Chinese characters were engraved, which means the scenery of Guilin is peerless in the world. It was the calligraphy of Wang Zhengong, the acting mayor of Jingjiang, Guangxi, in the South Song dynasty. In a span of 400 years, that was the period from Liu Zhongyuan to Wang Zhengong, the Chinese reached consensus in the appreciation of Guilin scenery. Guilin landscape is reputable not only for its green hills and clear water, but also the peculiar caves and oddly shaped rocks. The limestone landform with peak forest is typically characterized by caves in every hill. In Guilin, more than 400 limestone caves have been discovered, with different extension into the hills. Some of them are cave complex with numbers of interior parts. Some have rivers running through. Valleys, stalagmites, limestone forests, or arches can all be seen in the caves, forming a wonderland inside. Xu Chaike was a great geographer in Ming Dynasty. In more than 2 months, he completed his study on Guilin's landform from a scientific perspective. That was the first time in human history. He gave his conclusion to the formation of the stalactite, one of the highlights of Guilin landscape. In the caves, there are stone branches formed by dripping water. The sediment of the water gradually forms layers of skin on the rocks. This was the earliest explanation given by man, based on science, about the formation of karst landform. Chinese traditional impressionistic painting is the ultimate presentation of Chinese art of painting, which extremely admires the bonding between human inspiration and nature. In modern time, Guilin's landscape provides ideal material for the Chinese painting. After the Song and Yuan dynasties, painters focused more on the Jiangnan region of south-central China. But since the period of the Republic of China, the focus gradually transferred to Guilin, bringing the most frequent appearance of Guilin scenery to the Chinese paintings. The great painter Qiu Beihong spent the most relaxed time of his life in Guilin. Qiu called himself a native of Yangshuo. His brush, as if with spirit, splashed ink of different shades on paper to depict the harmony between hills and water, and between people and nature as well. Another artist, Shi Bai Shi, stayed there for almost 1 year after he set foot in Guilin. He mentioned Guilin landscape as both magnificent and elegant, which deserved the fame as being peerless in the world. At the 38th session of the World Heritage Committee, the South China Karst Phase 2, with Guilin Karst a significant part, was included in the World Heritage List. The amazing beauty of the landscape has become tremendous attraction for the tourists worldwide. In 2018, the number of visitors to Guilin exceeded 100 million. Guilin's inimitable beauty lies in the graceful carriage of its hills and waters, and the illusionary effects they show in the mist on Lijiang River. Guilin's scenery in its elegance realizes all imagination about natural beauty. Guilin landscape is a typical representation of Chinese sceneries. It is also a materialized dreamland for every Chinese.